Hey, what is going on, guys? Repel here, bringing you yet another X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Today we're up against Blader, and he has the Conkeldurr, Charizard, Greninja, Noivern, Electivire, and Rotom-W. And I have the Darmanitan, which you have seen before, the Ferrothorn, which I think you have seen also, the Nidoking, which has made a few appearances. But I am bringing the Salamence. This is a very special Salamence, not your average Salamence. And I'm also bringing that Mandibuzz and that Slowking. So yeah, new Pokemon there. So yeah, let's just check it out. So anyways, Blader is going to lead off with his Rotom-W. And I thought he was going to lead off with his Greninja. That's why I brought my choice Scarf Darmanitan. But it doesn't really matter because I'm just going to use my U-turn, get a little bit nice damage, and get the fuck out of here. I don't want to get Hydro Pumped, so I'm going to switch into my Sex Toy, my Ferrothorn, to eat up this Hydro Pump very nicely. It takes it pretty well. This is a mixed wall Ferrothorn, so yeah, I grab a little bit leftovers. I'm not packing the Rocky Helmet on my Ferrothorn today, so yeah. Now he has no choice but to Volt Switch. I'm kind of glad he just went for that instead of using Will-O-Wisp. Even though I'm not really like a big attacker, I'm more of like a Stealth Rocker and Leech Seed kind of Ferrothorn, but I still don't want to get burned, you know? Anyways, he switched out his Destroyer, his Noivern. So at least, well, I'm just gonna use my Stealth Rocks, and I know he sends out his Noivern because he probably has that Flamethrower, because he does have that Charizard, but it's just way too obvious if he does bring out his Charizard. Anyways, I am gonna switch into my Slowking to eat up that Flamethrower. So yeah, it does a pretty, you know, not that much. So this Slowking does have the Ice Beam, so I'm not playing any games here. I'm just gonna go straight for the Ice Beam. But before I do that, he will go for the U-turn. But I still take that U-turn relatively well because I do have some defense investment in this Slowking. So now he's gonna switch into his Electivire. Pretty good switch there. Kind of wish I went for a Scald now so I can get that nice burn, but it's all good. Use my Ice Beam. It does an okay, decent amount, so he's already at half thanks to those Stealth Rocks as well. I'm expecting an Electric type move, so I'm just going to switch back into my Sex Toy, and I'm just praying that this Electivire does not pack the Cross Chop, even though I can probably take one Cross Chop, and he doesn't want to get hurt by Arm Barbs anyway, so yeah, he is gonna have to switch out. Speaking of which, I really like Shiny Electivire. It has a really cool bluish tone to it. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Anyways, yeah. So he is gonna have to switch out because, as I predicted, he probably doesn't have any fighting moves. So he goes into his Dr. Shi, and well, I just decided to go for a Power Whip because I thought maybe at that range I could have killed that Electivire, and that does a nice decent chunk here. Should have went just for the Leech Seed, but oh well. So obviously he's packing any fighting moves, so I don't want to get hit. So I'm gonna switch into my Nidoking to take any of those fighting moves. And he does reveal that he has the Drain Punch, but I take it pretty well. Not as well as I like it, but you know, Conkeldurr is a fucking beast, so can't really complain too much. He goes for a Mach Punch to try to do as much damage as possible before I land him with an attack, and I just go straight for my most powerful attack, my Sludge Wave. Now I think about it, he should have just not used Mach Punch and just kind of, you know, get hit first and then go for like an Ice Punch or even a knockoff, honestly, because yeah, he's just gonna use 2 Mach Punches, but that's not gonna do too much. So, or maybe this Conkeldurr doesn't even have the Ice Punch. I'm not really too sure. Anyways, he switches back into his Rotom-W, and I thought I could probably outspeed it, maybe not, but because I don't know if this Rotom-W is invested in speed or not, but I didn't want to take any chances, so I'm just going to switch out. And he goes for a Hydro Pump, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad he didn't go for the Volt Switch or predict me to switch out and go for a Will-O-Wisp. So here I thought, well, you know what, he might switch out, so I'm just going to use Leech Seed, but it turns out he's just going to stay in and go for the Will-O-Wisp, because he saw that I do have the Power Whip. So yeah, he probably wants to burn me, so this Power Whip won't do anything, but as you'll see, I just decided to go for my Leech Seed, so yeah, it's all good here. And I do get a little bit more Leech Seed recovery, so I'm getting leftovers and Leech Seed recovery, so actually Burn is not killing me. Luckily, Burn is not killing me, so now he's gonna go for a Volt Switch because, well, he's done his deed. He's burned me, so he can't really do anything with neither of his stabs, so he has to switch out. and he switches back into his Noivern, which is really cool because this Noivern is getting hurt like all day from those rocks. So I have yet to see the Charizard to come out. I think the Charizard is very afraid to come out now because he doesn't have any Defogger nor Spinner. So yeah, he's in a big pickle here for his Charizard. So I get some more Leech Seeds, and I know the Flamethrower is coming. I just know it. I just know it. So obviously I can't stay in, so I'm gonna have to switch out. And I'm gonna switch out into what am I gonna switch out to? Okay, yes, obviously my Slowking, because, well, pretty much back to full HP thanks to Regenerator. Predicts that pretty nicely, I guess, and just goes for a Dragon Pulse, but, you know, it doesn't do too much, and he has no choice but to switch out unless he wants to get Ice Beamed. But at that range, I think one more Stealth Rock damage will kill him, so yeah, that's why he does not switch out, because, well, he has no choice but to stay in. Not to mention, he's getting hurt by all those Life Orb damage and Leech Seed, so he flinches me. Really cool there, really lucky of him, but it doesn't really matter since Leech Seed will kill him and finish him up, so yeah, I'm a little bit over half now, so I'm sitting pretty comfortable. And now he'll switch back into his Greninja, and I'm expecting the Dark Pulse. It's gonna come. I'm pretty afraid of that thing, so I'm gonna switch into my Sex Toy because, well, I mean, he's pretty much burned, and he already set up Stealth Rock, so yeah, I just let him die anyway, since, you know, my Sex Toy can't really do too much. And honestly, if I wasn't burned, I think I might have just lived another Dark Pulse thanks to these leftovers, but unfortunately, I am burned, so I lose more HP, and at this range, another Dark Pulse will easily finish me off, so it's unfortunate, but, you know, something did have to take an unfortunate Dark Pulse and die. It's good though, he is losing HP from Life Orb damage, so I'm gonna switch into my Darmanitan, my Choice Scarf Darmanitan, and yeah, I'm just gonna hit him with a U-turn because it'll kill, and if you want to switch out, that's great too, because I'll just get switch of priority, so haha. Yeah, I'm Choice Scarf. Sometimes people do run Life Orb or Choice Band Darmanitan, but honestly, Choice Scarf is like so good. Next, I send out my unique Salamence. However, the Salamence does not get too many screen times, so unfortunately you don't see too much of my Salamence in action. So I knew that the Will-O-Wisp was coming, so that's why I switched into my Darmanitan. And I thought, okay, at this range, Flare Blitz does have a chance to kill. A very low chance, but it still has a chance, so why not, you know? Maybe I'll get a nice lucky... well, I can't even get a burn, actually, because he has Sheer Force. But, as you'll see, he lived with like a sliver of HP, and he's able to land his Hydro Pump as well, so... unfortunately, I was trying to be all smart there because he can't burn me, but I can't even finish off this Rotom-Wash. So now I switch into my Nidoking, and I'm just hoping, oh, please let me outspeed it. And luckily, I do outspeed it, so this Rotom-Wash is not invested in any speed. It's not timid nature. Because Rotom-Wash actually has like one more base speed point than Nidoking, if I'm not mistaken. So he switches into his Kenpachi, his Electivire, and I thought, well, honestly, whatever. Let's just let my Nidoking die so I can, you know, bring in something new, something fresh. Because I thought, well, you know, this Electivire was kind of weird. It didn't have Cross Chop, so maybe it didn't even have Earthquake, but of course it did. I could have switched into my flying types, but it didn't really matter. Now I'm going to switch into my Salamence. Okay, now I'm going to share you what kind of Salamence this is. This is a defensive wall Salamence. Thanks to Intimidate, it's a very great defensive wall, and you see that? It easily ate up an Ice Punch coming from an Electivire. Electivire is by no means weak at all. It has a very high physical attack, but yeah, I take it so well because I'm a physical wall Salamence that has Wish, Toxic, and like Dragon Claw or Dragon Tail, and Protect. So it's pretty unique, honestly. You don't really see that too often. I mean, you see a lot of, you know, like Choice Specs or Dragon Dance Salamence, so it's pretty refreshing to try something new here. So now he sends out his last Pokemon, I believe, his Charizard, so I'm free to just stay in and just hit him up with that Dragon Tail. He goes for the Air Slash, and I avoid it, so kinda does suck there, but yeah, this Dragon Tail does not kill, so I'm just thinking, like, fuck, I should have just used Dragon Claw. I should have just taught my Salamence Dragon Claw, because my Salamence does not have any investment in attack whatsoever. Goes for his Air Slash, but I live it with like 6 HP. I'm like, hell yes, this Salamence ain't gonna take your shit today. He goes for his another Air Slash. I was hoping that he'll miss, but unfortunately he does land it, so... Now I'm gonna switch into my Mandibuzz because my Mandibuzz had absolutely no screen time, so I'm like, okay, let's send him out. I'm pretty sure I can at least take one Flamethrower. If it was an overheat, I would have been a roasted bird, a roasted chicken by now, but luckily he just goes for the Flamethrower, so I can easily take it out with a foul play, and there you have it. So thank you so much, Blader, for bringing such a cool yet fun team. It was a very fun team. I was legitimately worried towards the end, and so yeah, thanks so much, and please like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching.